All right, so now we're walking up to this falls, and this thing turned out amazing. This is gonna look awesome because when you are coming to walk down this walkway, you're gonna have this patio where there's gonna be, I'm assuming, seating, and you're gonna be able to look right up at this waterfall. The pooling area here, where we have some water plants, we're gonna be putting some more in, and then this falls just looks awesome. Then from this patio, as you're walking down, we are actually going to be extending this deck out. We're putting sonotubes in and extending this deck out, so then it's going to come right up to this, and this is going to be super interactive. And somewhere in here, we're going to be putting a beach in, a little beach with some beach sand, because the homeowners have children and they like to play in the sand. So then we make our way over to the second falls. Starts up there through a spillway, and this waterfall turned out amazing too. We come over here and water that rock in there. It diverges water to come down this way and horsetail off that rock down there. Then we're gonna make our way down here, and we're going to extend these steps off the deck as well when we are extending the deck. And then down this way, there's going to be another patio, some more hardscapes, and I believe a fire pit, which is gonna look amazing. So you're gonna be able to see this. It's gonna be super interactive, and it looks awesome so far, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
All right, so today, now that we've gotten the pondless waterfall all built and started to put plants around it, we're gonna actually start with a patio area over here, and I'll show you exactly what's going on with that. All right, so we started to set these boulders in the backdrop so it'll kind of help retain our aggregate base. We actually dug out a foot here so we can get the right amount of base in there to get the longevity out of this patio. So first thing this morning, before we start putting the aggregate in, we gotta come up here, and we're gonna start digging our sonotubes for the deck area, because it's another tight backyard, and we got to start all the way up there and work our way continually out. Right now, Jason and Nick are going to start getting ready to take these stairs off so we can get the excavator up in there and start digging those holes. So these sonotubes right here, we're going to have to cut to a 4-foot depth because we want to get below frost on this. It's going to be easier for us just to mix these with the location rather than call a truck in, and we really only have 10 sonotubes at 4 foot, so we got the right amount of concrete on here. We'll actually mix it in that little cement mixer up there, which it looks ancient, but it works really well. And then that way we can have the proper footing for this deck. So right now that we have this pondless all done and started to plant around it, we can't go any further here until that deck's in. So I'll show you exactly what we got done yesterday. So yesterday, all these plantings, all these creeping plants started to go in. The reason we don't have anything with any real height here is we basically just want all these creeping plants to go all the way down in and through all the rocks. We got sedums in there, we have creeping phlox, we actually have a threadleaf maple up in here also that's going to weep over all those rocks and help with that. We actually put some hosta right in the water because they can take direct water, and today we are going to basically, like I said, get the sonotubes in, and then look who just showed up. It's Kyle. So Kyle, did you get the rest of the arborvitaes and the soil? And
we did. We're ready to roll.
So today, what are you and Bob going to do?
We're going to get the rest of those arborvitaes in. We're going to do straight plant that area over there and bring soil in to burn them and get that all situated for the day.
Well, you guys are doing a heck of a job, I gotta say, because the fine tuning is one of the most important parts. So a lot of times, Kyle, we just get to do the water feature, right?
A lot of times, yeah.
And we're not really doing anything else.
Get a chance to do some outcroppings or hardscapes.
Right. Kyle likes to do those finishing touches, and he's good at it. You can see over here, yesterday he was working on the mulch and the drip edge and stuff around there. One of the things that's going to have to happen is when the gutter company comes, they got to lengthen all these spouts because they were never long enough, and there was a drainage problem back here. So the guys had dug all that drainage pipe in. Temporarily, we ran those leads up, but ideally we don't want to leave those because they don't look real good. This is what Kyle was talking about. We actually only buried these trees halfway because we need to create a berm over here. And one of the reasons we got to create a berm is because, I don't know if you can see the culprit over there, but the neighbor has his gutters and all his yard is pitched towards his property. So these poor people have always had a water problem. So when we came in here, we redesigned the grade and put all these pavers in so it actually has a positive flow all the way down past the guys. So what's going to happen is when it rains, it's going to go that way. All the gutters are picked up by the drainage pipes that were put in, and then by berming these trees over here, what Kyle was just talking about, it's going to create that water to stay on the neighbor's side where there already is a swale, because it will have to follow the swale now because of berming this up. All right, so today we are going to get at it because we have sonotubes to put in. Kyle and Bob are going to finish up these trees for screening so you get some privacy, and we just got to keep right on motoring because you know what? Some of us next week are going to Connecticut to build a rec farm. What an incredible project this was. When we first got here and all these gardens were super overgrown, the owners of this property, when they purchased it, the original owner had all these English type gardens with so many different perennials and things in it, and it was just overwhelming. There was no way to reclaim it. So this is what we did with this whole backyard. We totally changed it, created a living space for this family to enjoy for years and years to come. One of the other things we wanted to do is they have a young son and they actually have another one on the way. So we wanted to create an area like this small beach area that they could play with their trucks or their cars or whatever they might want to do in here. Build a sand castle by grabbing some of the water from this pondless waterfall. And I love how this chair is sitting here just waiting for him to come out and play. One of the things that our whole Deckers team loves to do, and I know I especially love, is to create things that look supernatural. And when you find rocks like this with that natural cutout, it has to become a waterfall. So all this area and stream, waterfall, all these big boulders, the kids are going to be able to climb across these, bounce back and forth for years and years to come. And then I got to be honest with you, I didn't even go up on the deck. You can see water on those rocks because I even walked through everything myself. I just love bouncing through streams and waterfalls. I know everybody else does, especially adults and kids. One of the things we want to do is create waterfall drops in different areas because the deck is over here to my left. So you want to be able to have this waterfall here facing facing that deck, so when you're sitting up there and you get to enjoy it, and then this babbling brook just coming down alongside of it. Then the upper waterfall, which I'm going to show you next, is actually facing the kitchen window. It's important to take into consideration all the different viewpoints of the house just to make sure that you capture everything. This 3-tiered waterfall you can enjoy right from this deck area behind me. Here's the deck that I was just talking about that we did all the way through here with all the sitting area. You're going to be able to see this waterfall from this whole upper area. And then of course this is the waterfall I was talking about. We love doing switchback waterfalls. I just think it looks so natural because like the big rock on the right has just kind of slid down in and created a dam. The water is forced off of that side, then it hooks back onto that bottom rock and just hugs it. And it just looks like, as smooth as that rock is, just over years and years and years and years, that water just keeps on smoothing that rock right out. And then on that upper part where our point of origin is, we wanted the stream to actually kick back in and come back towards us just to create an area for aquatic plants. And then that big rock up on top, the kids could actually just sit on, put their feet in the water, and it just gives you another spot to enjoy this waterfall. And this is a pondless waterfall, so the nice part about this is there is virtually no care with a pondless waterfall. One of the reasons that I wanted the rock here, right here by this patio, is because when you have young children, kids love to sit on rocks, and then when they're over here playing, they can just set stuff on it, sit on it, do whatever they want. But this rock is going to create years and years of enjoyment for adults too, I'm sure. The view from this vantage point, no matter where you look, has got something to look at. Depending on waterfall drops, we got our plants growing, we got the pavers, the deck. It just came out really, really nice. And so far the family seems to be really enjoying it, which is our biggest goal for any time we do anything like this. Well, that's a wrap on this backyard transformation. I'm just excited to see how this all grows in a few years. We're going to have to come back and check yearly. What I'm most excited about is how much this family is going to be able to enjoy this yard. They have another new one on the way, so congratulations to them. It's to have a young family and to be able to have this in the backyard is super special for any family. So if you like this sort of thing, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified, and keep watching for all our future projects. And don't forget, we have a Tech Tip Tuesday every Tuesday of some type of element of a water feature that we want to share with you for those DIY people. So we'll see you on the next project, and enjoy your families.